All right, guys, 7 o'clock on a Wednesday. That means it's Track Talk time. And Track Talk is always powered by W Energy Drink. Guys, check it out. W Energy. Use my code Lone Wolf 47. Get your 10% off of your order. Um, once again, not too much to talk about tonight, guys. I know that the last several shows have been short, and I'm working on some things in the background to, possibly get some guests on and get some other things going for the show. Excuse me, to produce a little more interesting and exciting topics of interest. So, excuse me. For now, want to talk just real quickly about a couple of small things, and one of which is Lap Monitor, the timing system we use for the Wolfpack Racing. Same timing system we've always used, even in the Hit Squad days of yore. But no, I've been using the system now for 3 years plus, running racing, and they just came out with an update to the software that's going to make it easier on the race director, or the timetable timekeeper side of things, as far as tracking racing and getting you guys onto the track and so forth. So I'm excited about that. And I've already started the download to get that updated in the system, so by the time we hit the track again with the Wolfpack, it'll be all set, ready to go, and it'll be off to the races as usual. So, other than that, guys, the Traxxas rally car came out. I haven't seen one yet. I've been meaning to get to one of the shops and see it in person, but I just haven't yet. Looks like a cool little rig, though. It's exciting to see. Hey, it's this guy, 420. Shut the fuck up. Dude, you just tuned into my live. All right, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, let's tell the guy on the live to shut up. Ha ha ha. Loser. But anyway, the Traxxas looks pretty cool, and it comes in the middle of us announcing our Rallycross classes. So I do want to point out that as of right now, we did not obviously plan on that being one of the classes. It doesn't necessarily fit into any of the planned classes. So what we will do is the same we've always done with any type of racing. 3 makes a class, and the box stock rules will apply until we get a better idea of what the car's about, how many guys are going to want to race it, and so forth. And it comes again with Associated just announced several vehicles over the past few months, with the race truck, the rally car, some of the nostalgic things, and Losi putting out the sprint car, Traxxas with the modified and the late model. So it's good to see these companies finally putting some effort into the oval side of things as far as racing, putting these RTR kits out, and making it easier for someone to get started is a big plus. Because honestly, some of the classes that are run out there, as you guys well know, it can be daunting looking at that and going, oh, I wanted to build a sprint car, but it's a $700 chassis, and then I have to buy electronics, and then I have to do this and that. Now you can go out, you can spend a few $100 on this Losi sprint car. Most places are running them with a box stock rule set, so it's plug and play. And then you can start learning about tuning and doing those things from there. So again, the RTR side of things is making it easier for guys to get into racing, get involved in racing. And that's really kind of a cool thing to see. I remember last year when we did the State of the Oval Roundtable with Scooter Allison, Rick Lausch, and Eric Salvis and I, one of the things that was talked about was the RTR kind of availability, and if there were more. And now here we are almost a year later, and there's plenty more. So it's pretty cool to see these companies doing that. There are tire companies out there putting specific tires out there for oval racing and different oval classes. Motors, there are certain things depending on the classes. I won't say they're putting them out specifically for oval, but it is good to see that these guys are out there and they actually do pay attention to put out product that guys are going to use. I can tell you, like locally, the off-road scene, as big as it is, the oval scene is just as big. And the numbers will show that, depending on what tracks you're looking at, whether it's indoor or outdoor, the oval racing is, for the business side of things, draws just as many, if not more in some cases, guys, racers, or guys with multiple vehicles to race that evening. So it's good to see the final result of a lot of people talking about it, and having these companies finally recognize this side of the sport. So that's pretty cool as well. The rally car from Traxxas, just to go back to that, I mean, it looks pissa. Like I said, I can't wait to see one in person, because the light pods and on the hood and everything, the wheelbase looks kind of small, but essentially what it did, or what it looks like they did, and I may be wrong because again, I haven't seen one to see the actual size, but it looks like they just took a Fortec 2.0 chassis and made some adjustments and slammed a rally car on it, which is great, because I know there are a bunch of guys out there that's what they do. They took a Fortec, that makes some cuts in some different places so that the chassis was more able or capable of being a rally car, and then that way the suspension travel could go correctly and so forth, and then they'd use that as a rally car. So cool of Traxxas to pay attention to their audience. Losi Associated, again, these guys are out there putting out RTR kits now for the different styles of racing outside of off-road. I mean, off-road is never going to have a lack of product. You got dirt, clay, carpet, all these different turf, all these different off-road venues and tracks and surfaces. Off-road also has the big name racers that support the brands like TLR and Team Associated and Mugen and so forth. So again, off-road will not suffer because oval is growing. But it's nice to see that the growth of oval has finally caught the attention of multiple manufacturers, not just the ones that were paying attention in the beginning. But not in the beginning necessarily, but you get the point I'm making. So what's next? That's what's gonna be cool to see. And like I said, you started out with the Associated, what they had, the SR10 or whatever. Forget if that's the actual car, but the Monte Carlo body came out. That was pretty cool. Then you had Traxxas with the modified, Associated with the rig and the rally car, and I think there was one more, but I'm forgetting, maybe a Porsche or something, I don't remember. And then Traxxas basically taking the modified and slapping a late model body on it, calling it a different car. But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, hell, we all take slashes and throw one of several bodies on it and call it a different type of car. So that's not a big deal either. But to see these things, the Losi Sprint for now remains the big one. It just, the impact I think it had on the race community and or the newer guys in the race community, to be able to touch that kind of vehicle and drive it and put some performance, of that body style and so forth, together with a more entry level type of rule set, as far as being a box stock rule set, that put a lot of racing in the hands of the masses. And so again, it's not a bad thing. I have my personal feelings about some of the different cars that I've driven, and it's no secret I don't particularly care for the suspension on the Traxxas modified. But hey, I race Mud Boss, and that's what they were trying to copy. I just don't think the suspension was the right decisions to make for that car. Fun car to drive, but I just don't like racing it personally. That doesn't mean it's not good to race. A lot of guys love that thing, and they race it on a weekly basis. So with the Associated Rally car and the Traxxas Rally car, it'll be interesting to see what Losi, if anything, does, just to maintain that RTR market compatibility with the other two big companies there. And, hopefully we'll see something out of them sooner than later. Christmas is coming, so you got a bunch of good releases that should be coming if these guys plan things correctly. And sometimes they do, and quite honestly, sometimes they don't. We've talked about things in the past, like the Losi Pro Bike and a few other releases that came just at the wrong time from different manufacturers. So anyway, that's as far as that goes. RTR world looking to bring in newer guys, newer people to the hobby, and that's nothing but a benefit. Speaking of newer people, if anybody, if you're new to the channel or whatever, like and subscribe, guys. That shows us that it's worth doing what we're doing here. I know the past couple of weeks, like I said, have been short, and it's the off season, so I think I got 2 more races I'm planning to go to for the rest of the time in the fall winter type of season, and then hopefully the winter passes quicker and we get back to the outdoor season. But so not much going on with that. So I am trying to plan some other stuff in the meantime. I am shopping some guests right now. I'm also putting together some different things to address and or present as far as parts of the show, or to be a show in its own right. So hopefully we'll get something worthwhile and worth your time to keep an eye on and watch. So we'll see how that goes for it. In the meantime, for guys that are in my local area, guys that I race with and so forth, as far as the Lone Wolf stuff, I got a transmission sitting around. I've been tuning a few motors for guys lately. So if anybody's in need of those services and or a full-on rebuild or whatever, hit me up for those types of things. I'm also thinking about a couple of seminars, clinics, whatever we're calling them these days. I just got to talk to some people and put some things together. So in the lull of the off season, as far as the show and not having too much to talk about, there's a lot going on. It's just not worth talking about until some of it gets finalized. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is what I always do at the end of every show. I'll open it up to the chat, questions, comments, critiques, concerns, and whatnot. And I'm going to take another sip of the Pepsi, and we'll see what happens. All right. Doesn't look like much is going on there tonight either. Again, this is that weird season for everybody where, I don't have anything to talk about. A lot of guys are too busy to pay attention and watch live. So, but I do want to once again say thank you to everybody. Because honestly, the live numbers fluctuate, but the overall viewership has remained. So there are plenty of people that are tuning in afterwards, checking out the show, and I want to say thank you for that. I appreciate your attention, and I appreciate your support, because honestly, that's what it's all about, is to try to help as best I can by doing these different types of things. So if you're not if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you want to join the Facebook page, Hit Squad Hit Squad. Ooh, Mike, I slipped up, and I'm wearing the shirt. Wolfpack Racers Den over on Facebook, Lone Wolf Racing over on Facebook as well. And that's it for now. I'll see if I can't get something together for you for next week. Next week we will definitely have, at very least, another Rallycross class announcement as well. So, tune in for that, and I'll see you guys then. For now, I'm the Hitman, and I'm out.